So many of you have been asking how I highlight and contour since my last video. So in today's video, I'm going to show you just how I do that from start to finish. I'm also going to be sharing some life-changing, seriously, tips/tricks that I use. And I'm going to be recommending tons of different products to you that are super inexpensive and budget-friendly, girlfriend. So let's get it started. Now the first thing we're doing is priming, and I'm using this Black Radiance Complexion Primer. Also, another primer that I love from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Youth Code Pore Vanisher. So these primers are going to help to fill in your pores and really make your skin feel really smooth and look very smooth when you apply your foundation, or also not to make your foundation look really cakey. Then lastly, after I rub my primer in with my hands, I like using my fingertips to really soak in the primer into my skin, and this is going to really help even out the skin tone and also help my makeup to last longer throughout the day. Alright, moving on to foundation, I'm using the Black Opal Liquid Foundation. Another foundation that I recommend to you from the drugstore is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation. Now, both these foundations are matte finish foundation, or they leave a matte finish to your skin. We're working mostly with creamy products today, so I want to really go ahead and not make sure I use anything that's too oily to the skin or going to leave a satin finish to the skin. Now let's move on to the fun part, highlighting. So this concealer stick duo is from Black Radiance, and also I'm going to recommend to you everyone's favorite, LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now the reason why we highlight is because we want to go ahead and add light to our face after we create a blank canvas to it, right? We got to go ahead and add the color and add the dimension and add everything back into it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a downward triangle under my eye. And I'm a weirdo, so I like to go ahead and round my triangle out a little bit. This is just going to really brighten every area under my eyes. I'm going to also highlight at the chin area of my face. I'm going to go ahead and use this concealer stick and bring it down the bridge of my nose and also up to my forehead area. If you see where I'm going with all the places I'm highlighting all the places where the light will naturally hit. For example, you can go ahead and highlight under your eyes, your nose, your brow bone, your cheekbone, your chin area, all those areas where light naturally hits. Now moving on to contouring, I'm using the Black Radiance contour stick. Again, I would go ahead and recommend for you to go try the LA Girl Pro Conceal in about 2 to 3 shades darker than your complexion. And the contour or darker makeup goes on right under my cheekbones, around my hairline, and also lastly right under my jawline. Now this is a great everyday contour, but if you want to go that extra step, girlfriend, okay, we're going to go ahead back with the LA Girl Concealer Duo. We're going to go in with the liquid concealer, and we're going to apply this right under the cheekbones where we contoured. This is really going to make your cheekbones pop and stand out. Anyone I do this technique on, it's like, hello cheekbones, where'd you come from? Now it's time to blend, and my favorite sponge of them all is the Real Techniques Beauty Blender Sponge. No, it's not called that, but it's called the Real Technique Sponge, and I call it Beauty Blender Sponge. I'm just using back and forth tapping motions to blend out my concealer, and this Black Radiance concealer, guys, it's so creamy and so easy to blend out. It feels really lightweight on the skin. It actually reminds me of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's very creamy and it's really easy to blend out. Actually, I think it might be much more creamier than the NARS Radiant Concealer. Anyhow, just know that I love this product and I recommend it to you 120%. It's an amazing concealer, y'all. Amazing. It's a business. Bomb.com. You get it. Now to go ahead to blend out my cream contour, I'm going to go ahead and use my Real Techniques brush. And guys, when it comes to cream contour, best to believe you need to take your time and blend it up fully, okay? You need to have patience. Do not rush when it comes to cream contour. You know how you don't rush when it comes to putting on false lashes, girls? We don't rush when it comes to contouring, okay? We need to sculpt that face. If you don't take the time to blend out your cream contour, it may look like a little messy and muddy and not really good on you. So let me just tell you, take the time, okay? Learning from prior experiences in my teen years. Also, a quick tip that I use to help me blend out my contour much more flawlessly is I like to wipe off the brush on a piece of paper towel or tissue. This is going to help to get rid of any of the extra product and also help your contour to avoid looking muddy and really messy on the face. Then I go ahead and set under my eyes. I personally have combination oily skin, so usually around my eye area and also around my nose area gets really oily, so I like to set those places. I just use the Black Opal finishing powder. Then I'm going to be a bit more extra and go ahead and contour my face with the powder contour. I'm going to be extra because I want to show you guys how I do this. I'm going to be using this Black Radiance face powder, and if you can see, this powder is about 2 to 3 shades darker than me. If you do not have a face powder that's 2 to 3 shades darker than you, go ahead and use a darker eyeshadow color to help contour. The same way I cream contoured, I'm going to go ahead and powder contour. So I'm going to actually contour under my cheekbones. I'm going to contour at my jawline. I'm going to contour on the sides of my forehead. And also, I'm going to be contouring my nose area. So I like to contour the outer perimeter of my nose, so pretty much the sides of my nose. I go ahead and blend it out with a bigger brush. And then also I like to blend out the tip just to make it stand out. Then lastly, we're gonna highlight it again, okay? I'm using a powder highlight. It is from Black Radiance. This video is not sponsored by Black Radiance, but I love their products and they're from the drugstore and they're super inexpensive. This isn't Ginger Snap, and I'm also applying this in the same places that I cream highlighted. Then lastly, I went ahead and set my face with a setting spray. I use the L'Oreal makeup setting spray that is from the drugstore. I love this setting spray as an everyday setting spray just to make sure my makeup lasts longer throughout the day. Although we have a primer on already, this is going to really extend the wear of our makeup. So guys, this is how I highlight and contour on a drugstore budget, okay? I love drugstore products. I don't know about you guys, but when I find a drugstore product that works amazing and it's really great quality for a great price, I'm like, girl, I gotta tell my girls about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for requesting this video. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos. I upload new videos every week, girl, okay? So I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios, y'all. I need to stop.